Rams are going to win big this weekend.
Man, it's Monday, and we already won. And we already won. And today Monday.
Hey, listen. I mean this almost jokingly, but if Todd Gurley wins his first Super Bowl here, does that make him the greatest Ram running back ever? Does that make him better than Lawrence McCutcheon?
Man, what's wrong with you over there? Can somebody fill in for Jason Whitlock, please? What you talking about, Jason? Come on. Let me tell you something. If Todd Gurley wins, if they win this Super Bowl, he's MVP. I'll most definitely give it to him. He can have the most famous Ram, the greatest Ram of all time. I'm good with that. I just want our football team to win this football game.
Okay, let's backtrack. Let's go knock this down a notch because there's been shots fired at the potential greatest Ram running back of all time in Melvin Gordon of the L.A. Chargers saying he's the best running back in Los Angeles. What do you make of that, Gordon or Gurley?
Let me tell you something. It reminds me of when Marcus and I were in L.A., Marcus Allen and myself. You know, you pick them. You know, you pick your guy. Melvin Gordon is a great back. I mean, I like Melvin. He's a dynamic player, but we're talking about guys in the Super Bowl right now.
Oh.
No offense over there, Marcelo.
So what do you think? Let's be real. I love me some Todd Gurley, but NFC Championship game, the biggest moment of his NFL career to that point, and all intents and purposes, he got benched. It wasn't a health issue. He just got benched. What do you expect from Gurley this time around?
I think Todd will play well this time. You know, you have those days. I mean, all of us have. You can say how do you bench him, how do you play bad in the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl. Those days just come. You don't know when they're going to come. And you know, one thing, he felt he wasn't playing good. Sean McVay benched him, and he didn't. I mean, you didn't hear him crying about it on air to him. Oh man, I should have been in the game. It wasn't like that. The most important thing was the Rams to win that football game. And what it took. It needs them to win. And really, the running game was almost a non-factor in that game. It really came down to Jared Goff, how Jared Goff played. And Jared Goff played great in that football game in a place that you can't hear. It's hard to maneuver around. You know that, Marcellus, how hard it is to play in that stadium. And to play against a quarterback like Drew Brees, and everybody said, well, you can't take Jared Goff over Drew Brees. Well, he performed better than Drew Brees did in that game.
Hey, listen, Eric, you and Marcellus all year were high on Sean McVay. And I wasn't. And it was actually the way Todd Gurley handled being bitched by Sean McVay is what made me like, holy cow, Sean McVay has the control and respect of this entire locker room. I was very impressed with that.
You know, I've been impressed with that all year. You know, even going back to last year, when you talk to players that have played under him, guys that know him, and say, Eric, this is a football guy. Not just a football guy. He takes the time to know his players, ask his players, what do you think? And you understand it. I mean, look, Sean knew that Todd wasn't playing well, and Todd knew he wasn't playing well. So other than hurt the football team, sometimes you have to sit down. That's what it's all about. I mean, and I told you this earlier this year. Jason, said, it's too many big personalities on this team. He's got Marcus Peters, he got Talib, he got Sue. You know, you're going to hear something. It ain't going to work out. Well, I ask you, you've heard nothing. This football team is a very close-knit football team. If something was going to come out, it came out after Todd got benched, he'd have been saying, I'm unhappy, I shouldn't have been benched. But you don't hear that kind of stuff coming from that locker room.
Now, Eric, you mentioned earlier Jared Goff, one of their stars, performed well in the NFC Championship game, outdueling Drew Brees. How you expect him to shine in the Super Bowl, bigger stage? How is he going to handle that spotlight?
Well, you know, I think like any player that's never played in the Super Bowl before, he'll be nervous, just like any guy. You know, before every game, you're nervous. You know, when the game starts, all of a sudden, you don't care if you're playing the Super Bowl, you're playing in a field in Sealy, Texas. It's football time. You don't worry about that, and that's what it comes down to. This is a big game. This is not just about Jared Goff. Remember, we have more than Jared. We have a lot of weapons, and a lot of weapons. Not just him. We can run the football. We can throw the football. We have defense. You know, Jared Goff did what Jared Goff had to do 2 weeks ago. And, you know, I said this morning on another show, they talked about, you know, Tom Brady this, Tom Brady that. I said, when they played in the Super Bowl last year, how can you take Nick Foles against Tom Brady? Well, Nick Foles won that football game. And so I'm taking Jared Goff against Tom Brady in this game.
Eric, I've been talking today, and one of my big points is why I believe in the Rams. You're never going to out-coach Bill Belichick. It's just not going to happen. Bill Belichick, generally speaking, out-coaches the other coach. But I think having Wade Phillips on this staff is the equalizer. You put Wade and Sean McVay together, now you have an equal of Bill Belichick.
Hey, Jason, man, you read my mind over here. That was going to be my next point, is what you just said. Wade Phillips and Sean McVay together is a dangerous match, because, you know, Sean doesn't have to worry about the defense. The defense has been playing very well in the playoff games. I mean, they really have. They've come to play. You know, Talib has played well. Marcus Peters has played well. Sue has played well. You know, Aaron Donald is getting triple team, double team, and he's not making the sacks. He's making them have to double team and still getting pressure up the middle. So it's not always about the sacks, but most definitely with having both of those coaches, young coach and an older coach there, two heads are always better than one.
Hey, Eric, if the Rams win a Super Bowl this weekend and you get a Super Bowl ring, will you wear that ring?
Of course I wear that ring. I have a Super Bowl ring. Rams play in St. Louis. I got one. But hey, I wear my Hall of Fame ring, dog. That's the ring I wear right here.
Yeah,
see this ring here?
I
wear that ring. But yes, I would wear it for sure. Where's your Super Bowl ring at, Marcellus?
What's yours? We both got the same amount. You better not be wearing
Where's
that.
your Hall of Fame ring? Where's your Hall of Fame ring? Show it to me.
You know what? I'm glad you showed that Hall of Fame ring, because there was a story in the Atlanta paper about some Hall of Famer that lost his ring at Magic City last night, and now we know it wasn't you.
Coming to the stage.
I don't go to those kind of places of debauchery. I don't do that kind of stuff anymore.
Well, I just read some story.
Anymore.
I just read a story about all the money they were making, so they ain't got none of your money.
They ain't got none of mine, I promise you. Not $1.
Oh, ED.
But I did go by inside. I said, that's Magic City.
And you was like, drive one more time so I can see it again. And drive a little closer.
It was bigger than it's smaller than I thought. I thought it was a big place. You know, when you go that dark.
It's a small building, but it's big inside, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you know.
BBW.
Coming up, we'll give you our latest approval ratings for Bill Belichick, and Uncle Jimmy will be here. Apparently, he thinks I ruined his whole weekend. We'll see what that's all about